Have you ever been on a training course, maybe something offered at work, where you sat in a classroom for a couple of days learning new skills and techniques? Maybe the course was on communications or managing others or selling skills. Maybe you had a really dynamic trainer who inspired you and helped you realize you were capable of anything you set your mind to. You probably left the course feeling pumped and excited, ready to take on the world and apply all the new skills you learned. You likely worked hard those first few days, maybe even for a couple of weeks, applying what you've learned, confident in the impact you were going to have. But then as time went on, you started to let go of what you've learned, forgot to be mindful of your actions. But don't feel bad. It wasn't your fault. It happens to all of us. You see, we place so much emphasis on the initial learning events, like that training course. We tend to believe that when a person goes through some kind of a training program, they'll come out the other side, new and improved. We assume that the person is different. They're somehow better than they were before, and now they're ready to go. They've got the skills they need, and they have what it takes to achieve greater levels of performance. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Nobody ever comes out of a training program better than they were before. We need to shift our perspective of training and put it in the context of how behavior change really happens. Rather than seeing training as the single solution, we need to see it as more of a first step or kickoff down the road to building new skills and changing behavior. When considered this way, we see that training is just one small part of achieving the behavioral change that will affect performance, and many other activities are needed before new skills can become habits. And it's at this stage where traditional training generally drops the ball. Even if we have great managers who spend time coaching us to all the new skills we learned in training, it still might not be enough to prevent old patterns of behavior from returning and new patterns from taking root. And that's when we turn to the concept of motivation, the topic of Chapter 2.